Navin Lalu Streaming Network for live streaming of any event featuring multiple camera angles, clean audio, video and photo slides. For information, call 335-0205. Navin Lalu Streaming Network, bringing real-time events to you.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
जय उमापति महादेव की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की Sitaram to everyone. Sitaram everybody. This afternoon I'm very happy to be able to come and join with this family once again by their invitation as you begin the monthly reading or the Shraddha reading for the mother of this home who's passed on. When you look at family and you see how family behave, how they live together, that unity, that happiness, that can only be described as a blessing that comes from the grace of Bhagwan himself. No other reason. When you see family living in such unity and happiness together, in good times, in bad times, in difficulties, they stick together. That is something that you really have to and truly have to appreciate in this age, in this time now. As we're about to begin satsang this afternoon, I want to thank all those who are here with me this afternoon. Ravi Bhai, of course, by his invitation, I was here on the first occasion. Many of you may know Tiger, he's Dholak man, right? Very, very versatile. We have Sanjay subcontract the job, so, you know, I have Amelia, Navin, all of them behind the live stream. So thank you so much for setting or creating the setting for us to make it easier, so when we come, we just have to come and sit and start. So at this time, I wish to ask you, as we clasp hands, close eyes, we bow our heads as we join in prayer, as we're about to begin the first of many satsang, as we remember the mom of this home, as she passed on to the great beyond. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Vighan vidaran virad var varan vadan vikas vardeva bada vishad vani bodhi vilas युगल चरण जो पत जगत जपत रैन दिन मोही जय माया सरस्वती सुमति युक्त मुक्त देहो मोही श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा लोक भीराम रन रंग धीरम राजीव नेत्रम रघुवंशनाथम कारुण्य रूपम करुणाकरं त्वं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपदे। वन्दे देव उमापतिं सुरगुरो वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिम् वन्दे सूर्य शशाङ्क वहनि
नयनम वंदे मुकुंद प्रियम वंदे भक्त जनाश्रयम च वर्धम वंदे शिवम शंकरम। वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु।
Before we begin any katha, any discourse tonight, we glorify the lotus-like feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Lord, whether it is time of difficulties or happiness, you are the one I pay reverence to, Prabhu. I seek your blessings, I seek your protection now and always, Sri Krishna Chandra.
Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Bolo Sri Krishna Govind Hare Murari नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। एक बात बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की।
Very beautiful, very simple chant that you just have to sing along. As you hear the words, you can repeat it very, very easily. Govinda bolo Hari, Radha Raman Hari, Govinda bolo, Radha Raman Hari, Gopala bolo. So we ask everyone to join with us, clap and sing along. Even though it is not a festive time, still, even by remembering Bhagwan and glorifying His name, whether through bhajan, kirtan, prayer, whichever way it may be, you always gain His blessings and His darshan by the actions we perform when it comes to His worship.
गोविंद बोलो हरि, गोपाल बोलो, बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि, राधा रमन हरि, राधा रमन हरि, बोलो राधा रमन हरि।
So listen to the next line now.
बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम।
One more time to get it correct.
बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम।
When you know 3 times makes it perfect, you remember it faster. Anything that you have to do, you want to remember it 3 times. Right? So listen, join with me.
गोविंद बोलो हरि, गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो हरि, जय जय राधा रमन हरि, गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि, गोविंद बोलो, राधा रमन हरि, गोविंद बोलो, जय जय राधा रमन हरि, गोपाल बोलो, बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीता राम राम राम, बोलो राम राम। Again, बोलो राम राम राम, राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम, सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो. We want to hear you as loud as possible. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि राधा रमन हरि राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो. गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोपाल बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो. बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम राम बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम राम बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 राधे श्याम 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 सीताराम राम बोलो राम राम राम. प्रेम से बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की. कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. So much beautiful Christian bhajans. I'm going to do Ram Katha tonight. Jai Shri Ram. So tonight's Katha is a very, very simple one, but also very important, like every other discourse that you would hear. Not only with the importance of duty to dharma, but this blessing that we have that is called a human birth, that time and time again many of us we take for granted sometimes.
1 minute. Drummer relocating, boy. One minute you're happy and you're healthy. And sometimes in a split second you can lose all of that comfort. All that we have. Tonight's katha comes from Uttarakhand of Ramayana. Very, very beautiful katha. Very beautiful discourse. And just to give you a gist of what it's about. Goswami Tulsidas has written this beautiful Tulsikrit Ramayana for us to be able to deal with this life on a daily basis, experiences, so that sometimes we don't have to experience these things for ourselves. We listen to katha, we listen to discourses, so we know what people have endured in the past. We know what bhaktas had endured even during the past. We know what it means to have Deva Gana, to be pure. We know what it means when we see people with a Rakshas Gana or evil or a demonic temperament. All of these we know, we see on a daily basis. You live in Kali Yuga. 1 minute you'll have a smile on your face and the next minute you get angry. Completely different. You know when you flip the roti, you realize the next side burn? Just so. One side good, and when you flip it, that's it. Katha turn around one time. In the same way. And Tulsidas, gives this beautiful Ramcharitra Manas to us. Shiv Shankar Bhagwan on Kailash Parvat, he's narrating the same katha to Uma Parvati. Kak Bushunji to Garud. And Yajnavalak to Bharadwaj. So all of these different narrations are taking place during Ram Katha, during Ramayana. But listen to what the discourse is on now. Lord Shiva now starts to describe why and how would a crow like Kak Bushunji and Garud get not only such a form, but have such a great blessing to be in the company of Sri Ram all this time. Not only that, but Lord Shiva and Kailash Parvat starts to describe now to Parvati Devi Mata her past life, what he had to endure when he was separated from her for this period of time. And very, very beautiful this discourse is. So before we go into Ramayana Katha, we join in one more beautiful bhajan and then we continue. Bolu Siyawar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Tiger right there? I gotta give him space there, Didi, watch yourself there.
Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. जो मुख राम जपे ना भया वो पाछे पछताए, सीताराम जपे जो मनवा जन्म सफल हो जाए। जो मुख राम जपे ना भया वो पाछे पछताए। सीताराम जपे जो मनवा जन्म सफल हो जाए। सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम नाम तुलसी में जापा हो गए तुलसीदासा। रामायण की हर चौपाई दोहा का में प्यासा। राम नाम तुलसी में जापा हो गए तुलसीदासा। रामायण की हर चौपाई दोहा का में प्यासा। एक एक दोहा हर चौपाई अमृत रस बरसाए। सीताराम जपे जो मनवा जन्म सफल हो जाए। बोलो सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। चित्रकूट के घाट पर भय संतन की भी। ओ चित्रकूट के घाट पर भय संतन की भी। तुलसीदास चंदन घिसे तिलक देत रघुवीर। राम नाम का अक्षर लिख लूं सबसे सुंदर भाषा। सबसे प्यारा ज्ञान यही है जीवन भी अभिलाषा। राम नाम श्री राम राम जप नारायण हर्षाए। सीताराम जपे जो मनवा जन्म सफल हो जाए। सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम सिया राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। कोटि विरक्ति मध्य श्रुति कहूँ, सम्यक ज्ञान सुकृत कोई लहू। ज्ञानवंत गोतिक महु काजो, जीवन मुक्त सुकृत जन सो। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा। श्री राम जय रामा, जय जय रामा।
Goswami Tulsidas says that amongst millions of souls living on this earthly plane, so declare the Vedas, among millions of souls freed from worldly attachment, scarce one succeeds in acquiring perfect wisdom. Very, very scarce one succeeds in acquiring perfect wisdom. And among millions of enlightened souls in this world, there is hardly one who wins final salvation even while living. Goswami Tulsidas, he was considered to be a living liberated soul, living in this mortal world, but truly liberated, detached from everything. And none of us can say to ourselves that, you know what, we are completely detached. There's no greater devotee than I am. Because anytime we start singing that song, we're going down the wrong road. Anytime you think that you're better than anyone, or you're, whether in prayer, in whatever it may be, you're heading down the wrong road already. Ego, Abhiman takes front, right? And Abhiman allows us to think time after time that we are the best. You think I could sit down and tell you that, hey, none can sing better than me, you know, right? I have to be what you call a muruk, a fool, right? To tell somebody that. Because anywhere you look, there are people who sing so beautifully, right? And the only thing we're doing every single day, we're just trying to become a little better. Every single day in our lives is a learning process. So listen to where this discourse goes from here on. Among 1,000 such liberated souls, hard it is to find one who is a fountain of bliss, and who, well equipped with knowledge of the self, is one with the Absolute. Of the righteous, the unattached, the enlightened, and emancipated, as well as one of those absorbed in the Absolute. Many times we talk about God and we talk about devotion and how devoted we are and dedicated we are, and how much we remember God. But sometimes the amount of time we remember God is minute to people who really think of God every single day and every minute of the day, who have forsaken and let go of everything just to sit in one spot and meditate and chant the name of God. And these people, you call them yogis, they live for hundreds of years. Long ago they would have lived for thousands of years. On the last occasion when I was here, we spoke of the beautiful discourse of Manu and Shatrupa. and the sacrifices that they had to make in order to take birth as Raja Dashrath and Kaushalya Mata in Ayodhya Puri. The kind of sacrifice that they had to endure, right, to get that boon. And now in this age of Kali, people say that it's more difficult. This is the easiest age to please God. We are so wrapped up in all the different things that we do day after day, that sometimes out of 24 hours, if we remember God for 10 minutes, that will still help us somewhere along the line. It will still help us. So when you come into places like satsang such as this, right, and we have the opportunity to sing bhajans and you have the opportunity to chant bhajan and chant the name of God, we're just increasing that time for you, right? We're giving you a little more happiness unknowingly, right? Because sometimes people don't know what is the benefit of what they're doing, you know. They go to satsang and when you tell them, you say sing, you say Baba you can't sing, I say well dance. You have an option. You always have an option, right? Do like Hare Rama, Hare Krishna people, they sing and they dance, they do it all in one, right? And I tell people sometimes, I say that's devotion, you know. That's devotion, that's a different type of devotion. When we talk about liberation, people feel it's as simple as, you know, when you close these eyes you get liberated, or in your last breath you have the opportunity to say Ram Nam or Om Namah Shivaya or Krishna Arpan. It's not that easy, you know. The minute you fall sick, you're trying to figure out how to get better first. Then you could think about anything else. And when you realize it's too late now and you have no getting better, now you start to chant the name of Ram. Yeah? Now you're taking the name of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, but we cannot help it. That's how we're built. You see, we're born into attachment. So sometimes it's very difficult to get away from this attachment. From a child growing up, if you fall ill, your mother is there to take care of you, your father is there to look after you. When mother and father don't see about you, the kind of love and attention they give to you, grandparents or Nana, Nani, Aja and Aji, they give twice that amount. And so you go. So you're always attached. We grew up with that attachment. So many times you find people when someone dies or someone leaves this world, sometimes it's difficult for them to understand, you know, this detachment. How are you going to detach from this person now? This person that you have lived with for so long, this comfort that you have known for so long, for so many years, and whether you call them mother, father, mata, pita, whatever the relation. How do I detach myself from this at this point in time? And many of us, we are very, I can't say stingy in the way that we think, you know, but we are very biased. Sometimes we don't understand the things that we say and how it shows us what we really are. And let me give you a little explanation of that. Someone dies, close relation. Sometimes it will be children that will tell you, you say, Baba, I don't know how I'm going to survive, you know. Right? My mother is gone and she was everything to me. My father is gone and he was everything to me. Right? And day for the funeral, you see them crying helplessly. And I mean, no fault of theirs, because they have grown into attachment. This is what they understand. Right? So they don't know anything else. So you can't blame them for that. So now is the time now, with the passing of a loved one, now you start to learn detachment by force. If you didn't learn it before, you're starting to learn it now. Right? It is one way that Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells us the change is coming, the winds are changing. Be ready, be prepared, mentally, spiritually and physically. Be prepared for what is going to happen. Because all of this that you're experiencing now, this is only part of this great Leela of ours. Just imagine, karma is so complex that Bhagwan created this entire creation, and nothing was done by guess. You have a father and you have a mother because of what they did, right? You were born into that home. You have 5 siblings or six siblings because of something that they did again. right? That you are fortunate. Oh, every single thing and every relation is intertwined because of the things that we have done in our past life. Look at how complex that is. And Bhagwan has created that and unfolded all of that in front of our very eyes. And you know what happens? Sometimes we say, you know, mother is gone. I wish I could have left before her. It happens in the age of Kali Yuga, you know. If you read Shiv Puran tells you, right? And these are not things that we say here, there and everywhere, right? Shiv Puran, in the beginning of Shiv Puran, there's a beautiful little introduction to that Shiv Mahapuran. And it's more important than the entire Shiv Puran because of its contents. Because of its contents. Because of what it has in it. And it tells us just like Ramayan, in Uttarkand of Ramayan, they'll tell you where in this age of Kali Yuga is the only age that you'll see children dying before their parents. Right? And parents have to endure this. Would you want your mother, your father to endure that separation, knowing that you have to leave this world and leave them crying and suffering? Can you imagine what a parent is facing, right? When he or she has to bring a child into this world, and 20 years, 40 years down the road, this parent now has to say goodbye to this child forever, right? At his old age now, right? Knowing that he has done or he or she has done everything for this child. All the protection, all the care and all the love you can give to a child, you give to them. Then to lose that child. Can you imagine that separation? Why would you want to put your parents through that? Why? I would never ever say that I want to leave this world before my father or mother. I know that I may not be able to deal with it like everybody else, right? But I don't think I want to give them that heartache. You know. Better I get it. Better I take it than they take it. This is the time where we have to become stronger, right? And united, we become stronger. Not like UNC, you know. We'll be stronger than that. Stronger than that. Right? United we become strong as a family. As a family in a time like this, right? Sometimes we don't know how to express ourselves, the things that we feel, the way that we feel, right? But you do it with your family because this is the period of mourning. This is the period of mourning. You have this entire year to sit down with your family and reflect and talk about all the problems and all the difficulties and all the beautiful stories you would have had with your mother and your father together. All the experiences that you would have enjoyed with them. And that is what is going to help you. When you sit down and no matter how difficult it is, you could still chant the name of Sri Ram and Bhagwan Sri Krishna and listen to their glories, glorify their name while you're sitting down and you're going through all your difficulties. Lord Krishna tells you in Bhagavad Gita, anytime you're faced with any kind of problems, turn to me. Turn to me. I am the one who will help you. And this is the time. There's no better time than this time to turn to Him. Right? Ek baat bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. We listen to a beautiful bhajan once again.
सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता बोले जय गिरधर को पाला 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 सूरदास जी का एक तारा सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। हाथ चुराए जात हो, निर्बल जान के मोहे हो, हाथ चुराए जात हो, निर्बल जान के मोहे, हृदय से जब जाबो तो सबल में जाबो तो। हाथ चुरा के चले कन्हैया, हाथ चुरा के चले कन्हैया, फिर भी साथ न छोड़ा। दर्शन की प्यासी अखियों में हर से नाता छोड़ा। चोरी ममता चोरी माया, चोरी ममता चोरी माया, चोरा जग जंजाल। बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। गिरधर नागर की भक्ति का पाया ऐसा हीरा, राणा जी का विष का प्याला हंस की पी गई मीरा। गिरधर नागर की भक्ति का पाया ऐसा हीरा, राणा जी का विष का प्याला हंस के पी गई मीरा। मीरा गिरधर लागी राज पहन भक्त वरमाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा की करता, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। सूरदास जी एक तारे ने छेड़ी ऐसी गाथा, जिसको सुनकर झुका लिया त्रिभुवन ने अपनी माथा। सूरदास की एक तारे ने छेड़ी ऐसी गाथा, जिसको सुनकर झुका लिया त्रिभुवन ने अपनी माता। भक्ति की सुन पुकार गौर कर आए थे नंदलाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल। सूरदास जी का एक तारा मीरा के करतार, बोले जय गिरधर गोपाल, 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 बोले जय गिरधर गोपाला। एक बात बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की। शिव शंकर भगवान तो उमा पार्वती उन कैलाश पर्वत। He says, here Uma, here now, O beautiful and bright-eyed lady, the circumstances in which I heard this story that delivers one from the cycle of births and deaths. This is the story of you, Uma. You first became incarnate in the house of Daksh Prajapati, and the name you then bore was Sati. He says that a sacrifice performed by Daksh, you were subjected to insult. And because of that, you took your life. You ended your life. I became so angry that my servants were dispatched, and they wrecked that entire sacrifice. But you know this entire episode already, Bhavani. Then I, even as Shiv Shankar Bhagwan, I became sorely troubled. You know, some of us, sometimes we think that because of status we can get away from some things. And I even remember the second occasion when I came here, read Shabri Katha. Sri Ram said to Shabri, despite caste, kingship, lineage, reputation, wealth, power, connection and accomplishment, a man without faith is of no more account than a what? Than a cloud without water. You have no faith, you have nothing. You have nothing. Lord Shiva, as great and as powerful as he is, because of this separation from Sati, even he became troubled. And when he became troubled, what did he do? He started to go into meditation. He had to go into dhyan once again. The dhyan that Lord Shiva enters into is not what you and I will do. We don't have that kind of control, that amount of self-control. He is called Mahayogi for a reason. He is the master. If you could sit down for 10 minutes, he could sit down for 10 million years and chant the name of Sri Ram without even budging. That is the power of Lord Shiva. That is his dedication to Sri Ram. But listen again. He said that I was sorely troubled at heart, for your loss had left me in a state of difficulty, my beloved. I wandered among beauteous woods and mountains and rivers and lakes, seeing sights, but indifferent to their beauty.
far away to the north of Mount Sumeru, there is a most magnificent purple mountain with many a majestic peak of gold, 4 of which were so lovely that my soul was enraptured. On each stood one standing tree, a banyan, a peepar, a pakar, which is the mango. A banyan tree, a peepar tree, a pakar, and a mango. And on top of the mountain sparkled a beautiful lake with jeweled flights of steps, which it was a delight to behold. Doha.
शीतल उमल मधुर जल जलज विशूल बिहुरंग कूजत कुलरव हंसगण गुंजत मंजुल भृंग श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम सीताराम 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 कहिए जाहे विधि राके राम काहे विधि रही श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
Its water was cool, limpid and sweet. Its lotus is abundant and different color. Flocks of swans uttered their melodious notes, and bees softly murmured. The beautiful chaupai that follows, listen to what it says.
तेहि गिरि तेहि गिरि रुचिर बसे खग सोई तासुनास कल्पांत न होई कल्पांत न होई माया कृत गुण दोष अनेका मोह मनोज आदि अविवेका आदि अविवेका श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम बोलो श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम On that splendid mountain dwelt that bird Kakbhushunji, indestructible age after age. All the virtues and vices that are born of Maya or that cosmic illusion, together with ignorance and lust and all the other errors of judgment, which permeate this entire world, never touch the precincts of that mountain. It can never reach there. Listen now, O Uma, with tender affection while I explain how the crow passed his life there, and he worshipped Hari. Beneath the peepal tree, he used to practice meditation. Beneath the peepal tree. So if you want to know what's the purpose of the peepal tree, that is to practice meditation. Beneath the pakal tree, prayer and sacrifice. Anything that you had, any offering that you had to make. In the shade of the mango tree, mentally, he would sit down and perform worship without chanting for anyone to hear. Mentally. He offered mental worship to the Lord, having no other occupation whatever than to serve Hari. That is his only purpose. That was his only purpose. Beneath the banyan tree, he recited episodes from the glories of Hari. So every single tree had a different purpose. Which countless birds flocked to hear with reverence and devotion, and in varying wondrous ways he sang of the marvelous exploits of Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan. All the pure souled swans that ever dwell in that lake, listen to this lake. When I arrived there, Lord Shiva is saying, and I saw this spectacle, an intense joy welled up in my heart. The words of Shiv Shankar Bhagavan. Listen. Hanumanji is Ram Doot. So who is Doot? Messenger.
Dut is the messenger of Sri Ram. So if I have to get to Sri Ram, you think you could get to him just like that? No. You have to go through the messenger. You understand? You must go through the messenger to get the message across. Isn't that correct? In the same way, Lord Shiva he took that form, that avatar of Hanuman, to play this most important role, this Leela, in Ram Katha. Without the worship, did you ever hear Jivan Charitra? It's the Katha of the life of Goswami Tulsidas. The bhajan that we sang earlier, right? Not Surdas Ki Kai Katara, which was the one that we sang earlier. Sri Ram bhajan. You see that? Tell how much you pay attention to me, bhai. Jo mukh Ram japena bhaya. तुलसीदास के घाट पर भय संतन की भीड़, चित्रकूट के घाट पर भय संतन की भीड़, तुलसीदास चंदन घिसे तिलक देत रघुबीर. When Tulsidas was looking for Sri Ram, he went from one place to the next looking for Sri Ram, here, there and everywhere. Understand? First he had to get a darshan of Hanuman before he could see Sri Ram. He went to Kailash first. He go Kailash, he wait when he see Lord Shiva, he come back Chitrakoot and he started to roam again. Right? From place to place he went looking for Sri Ram. But you can't get Sri Ram without Hanuman. In the same way, you can't get the blessings of Sri Ram if you don't worship Lord Shiva. It becomes incomplete. One without the other is incomplete.
बेल की पतिया भांग धतूरा शिव जी के मन को लुभाई. ओ भोले बाबा शिव जी के मन को लुभाई. शिव कैलाशों की बास भोली धारों की राजा. शंकर संकट हरना. ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकट हरना. शिव कैलाशों की बासी धौली धारों की राजा. शंकर संकट हरना. ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकट हरना. संकात हरना, शिव कैलाशो की वास, धौली धारो की राजा, शंकर संकात हरना, ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकात हरना। बेल की पतिया भांग धतूरा, बेल की पतिया भांग धतूरा, शिव जी को मन को लो भाई, ओ भोले बाबा शिव जी के मन को लो भाई, शिव कैलाशो की वासी, धौली धारो की राजा, शंकर संकात हरना, ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकात हरना, ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकात हरना, ओ भोले बाबा शंकर संकात हरना। हर 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 महादेव की जय। ओम नमः शिवाय। And beautifully, Lord Shiva says now, in these beautiful lines, तब कछु काल मराल तनु, धरि तहा किन्ह निवास, तब कछु काल मराल तनु, धरि तहा किन्ह निवास, सादर सुनी रघुपति गुण, पुनि आये कैलास, पुनि आये कैलास। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा। तब कुछ समय मैंने हंस का शरीर धारण कर रहा। हंस का शरीर, हंस इज द शरीर, इज द बॉडी। Lord Shiva, he took the form of a swan. He took the form of a swan now. He says, assuming the form of a swan, I took up my abode there for some time. And after reverentially listening to the story and the glories of Raghunath and his virtues, he returned to Kailash Parvat. I have told you Girija, the entire story of the occasion on which I visited Kakbhushanji. But Lord Shiva's discourse to Parvati Mata doesn't end. Unfortunately, ours have to come to an end.
Lord Shiva took the form of that swan, and he stayed there as long as he could, listening to the glories of Raghunath. Until that point, he had to leave and return to Kailash Parvat. In this final chaupan, we join.
गिरिजा कहियो सो सब इतिहासा, मैं जेहि समय गए खग पासा। अब सो कथा सुनहु जेहि है तो, गायहु खाग पहि खग कुल के तो। श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। तेरे नाम का सुमिरन करके मेरे मन में सुख भर आया। तेरे कृपा को मैंने पाया, तेरे दया को मैंने पाया। तेरे नाम का सुमिरन करके मेरे मन में सुख भर आया। तेरे कृपा को मैंने पाया, तेरे दया को मैंने पाया। दुनिया की ठोकर खाके जब हुआ कभी बेसहारा, न पाके अपना कोई जब मैंने तुझे पुकारा। हे नाथ मेरे सिर ऊपर तूने अमृत बरसाया। तेरे कृपा को मैंने पाया, तेरे दया को मैंने पाया। तेरे नाम का सुमिरन करके मेरे मन में सुख भर आया। तेरे कृपा को मैंने पाया, तेरे दया को मैंने पाया। तेरे कृपा को मैंने पाया, तेरे दया को मैंने पाया। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। Lord Shiva teaches us that none of us are exempted from performing our dharmic duties. None of us. Bare bhagyo manusya tanu pava. Sri Ram says that this human birth is a great gift that's given to us. And the purpose of this human birth is for what? It's for His worship. It is for His worship. Forget everything else. Detach yourself from everything that does not serve a good purpose. And look at your Sri Ram and Sri Krishna and worship them wholeheartedly with devotion day after day. For as long as you can and as often as you can. Time after time, because of the human mind, because of all these faculties that we have, sense of taste, because of this sense of taste, some of us, we get carried away. We want to taste everything. We want to taste the agar, the bagar, everything, you name it, we want to taste it. The sight that we have, you want to see everything, you want to experience everything too. The hands, the feet, you want to go all about, right? But what does the beautiful bhajan say? माता पिता की सेवा करे और तीर्थ स्नान क्यों ना क्यों रे जिनके हृदय श्री राम. Is if you want to go somewhere and you want to go on tirth, go around your mother and your father. That is the greatest worship you could ever perform. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, you name it. None of them can be compared to your mother and your father. Doing worship to them. So my dear devotees, tonight again was really, really beautiful. Navin Bhai, glad to see you in action tonight, boy. Thank you so much. Everything sounds perfect. God bless you. You and your little family, they're a wonderful job. Tiger Jeet Singh, you call him the Tiger. First name too long, Varunesh. Middle name a little longer. Nevertheless, he's really, really a master at that dholak. I know he born with that dholak, something. Raviji, always bhai. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. Always a blessing. Sunil, to you and your wonderful family, Jairamji, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to come back again and again to glorify Sri Ram. Every time I come here, I get an opportunity to chant Ram Katha, so I could never go wrong. Good, bad, wise, or otherwise, I enjoy it. I absolutely love it. Right? And I enjoy the company immensely. All of you. For not only sitting, but becoming part of satsang. Right? And one more time, I want you to become part, actually 2 more times, not one. Let me tell you 2 times again. This afternoon, we celebrate the birthday of Sharina. Where is Sharina now? Sharina Didi. They tell me today you're celebrating your birthday. I ask them if to call her age. They say no. I say okay. Whatever already decide, that's fine. Sharina, today I know it's a difficult day for you. And all of you, as a matter of fact. Your mom isn't here. Right? When you celebrate your birthday, when it's a time for celebration, you don't have her company. But rest assured that whatever you do together with your little family here by way of worship, prayer, vrat and sacrifice, it never goes in vain. It can never go in vain. I have never gone to a home, and when I reach for the first night of satsang, the children will bring out a Krishnamurti to put it there by their mother, something that they choose to take out. I have never gone to a home to do and seen that done yet, right? So I admire you for what you're doing, and continue to do it and keep getting better at it. And you will never falter. You will always find happiness and peace
because of the way that you live, you behave, and you treat and you live with people. Shubh Janamdin Beti. God bless you, and I wish you many, many more years of health, strength, happiness, and unity with your family. I wish you all success. And even though your mother is not here, I'm sure she's looking on and she's smiling, knowing that at least she's not here, but all of you are here to carry on her name and her legacy. What is more important than that? तुझे सूरज का हो या चंदा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन. I can't give you the Nadan version. I could only give you my version. जग में मेरा राज दुलारा, तुझे सूरज का हो या चंदा, तुझे दीप का हो या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन. जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. माता पुत्र से प्यार किया है जितना, कौन करेगा इतना, कौन करेगा इतना. माता पुत्र से प्यार किया है जितना, कौन करेगा इतना, कौन करेगा इतना. बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, तुझे हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू. Now if you don't hear me singing the song, it's not that I don't want to sing the whole thing, it's just that I don't know it, right? So forgive me, you hear one or two lines. Happy birthday to you, oh, happy birthday to you, oh, happy birthday to Sharina, happy birthday to. Bolo. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Sharina, happy birthday to. Happy birthday, Betty. God bless you. Happy, happy birthday. So seeing that you could sing so well, all of you, one final chant and then we conclude. एक बात बोलो, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा, हरि नारायण हरि ओम. I say one, Tiger say two. Sunil say three. I say I'm ready to go home. Hari Sundar Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayan Hari Om. Hari Sundar Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayan Hari Om. Hari Keshav Hari Govinda, Hari Keshav Hari Govinda, Hari Narayan Hari Om. Hari Sundar Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayan Hari Om. Hari Sundar Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayan Hari Om.
वनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधार। बोलो वनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी। वनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी। वनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी। गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी। वनमाली मुरलीधारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी। नित नित कर माखन चोरी गोपी मनहारी। नित नित कर माखन चोरी गोपी मनहारी। आओ रे गावो रे गोकुल रे प्यारी। आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल रे प्यारी। गावो रे नाचो रे रास रचावो रे। गावो रे नाचो रे रास रचावो रे। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम। 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 हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम। 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 बोलो हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम। एक बात बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। Tiger, I don't want to start you, no boy. Ram Nam. If you find it taking long, it's not my fault. It's the bhajan book. This kind of new age bhajan book is take a little while now. तेरी मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले भेद जीवन की सारी खोले। इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान। इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान। इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का भान। सावरिया मीठी मीठी पाजे मधुर तेरो बांसुरिया। Ready, Tiga? ओ प्यारो लागे देखो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहार। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहार। सावरिया नाच तन मन मोरा बाजा जो तेरो बांसुरिया। प्यारो लागे देखो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहार। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहार। तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया हो तेरे मुरलिया, तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले फिर जीवन की सारी ये खोले। तेरे मुरलिया मीठी मीठी बोले फिर जीवन की सारी ये खोले। इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान, इसमें छिपा है गीता का ज्ञान, इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का भान, इसमें छिपा है सृष्टि का भान। सावरिया नाचे तन मन मोरा बजा दो तेरो बांसुरिया। प्यारो लागे देखो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहार। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहार। रघुवर गोवर्धन धार्यो इंद्र को मान भंग कर धार्यो। रघुवर गोवर्धन धार्यो इंद्र को मान भंग कर धार्यो। ब्रजवासिन को कष्ट निवारो, ब्रजवासिन को कष्ट निवारो, लीलाधारी है मुरली वालो, लीलाधारी है मुरली वालो। सावरिया नाचे राधा प्यारी बजा जो तेरो बांसुरिया। प्यारो लागे देखो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहार। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहार। राधा के संग 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 रास रचाए यमुना तट पे कवे चढ़ाए। राधा के संग रास रचाए यमुना तट पे कवे चढ़ाए। कर में मुरली का बरकारी, कर में मुरली का बरकार, जाकी चारों काम में बांके बिहार, जाकी चारों काम में बांके बिहारी। सावरिया नाचे राधा प्यारी बजा जो तेरो बांसुरिया। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहार। प्यारो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहार। देखो लागे वृंदावन धाम जहाँ है मेरो बांके बिहारी, जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहारी, जहाँ है मेरो राधा प्यारी, जहाँ है मेरो कुंज बिहारी। एक बात बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय श्री राम।
At this point in time, my dear devotees, we have come to the end of this afternoon's katha. whatever we do, whatever we say, however we act or behave, Prabhu is always looking on. So we do it in the best and the rightest way possible at all times. Whatever you do for Dharma. At this time, we ask you to please sit upright, clasp hands, close eyes, bow heads as we join in prayer.
O manadhini धनुदेव शंख चक्र गदाधर अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भव त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वम् मम देव देवा मम देव देवा मम देव देवा ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। एक बार बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की, कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, उमापति महादेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सकल पंच की जय जय जय। सीताराम to each and every one of you. जय श्री राम।
Navin Lalu Streaming Network for live streaming of any event featuring multiple camera angles, clean audio, video and photo slides. For information, call 335-0205. Navin Lalu Streaming Network, bringing real-time events